You're listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Thursday the 6th of August, 2026. It is 46 days after the summer solstice. It is 47 days before the autumnal equinox. We are at the halfway point of the solar summer. Every year on August 6th, we mark the anniversary of the atomic bombing of Hiroshima in 1945 as a day of solemn remembrance. Remember the first atomic bomb and the thousands who died in an instant. In today's episode, garden plants, the electric chair, swimming the English Channel, a police riot, Lucille Ball, and Andy Warhol. Today's forecast, partly sunny with a chance of precipitation. High near 84 degrees Fahrenheit, 28.9 Celsius. South wind around 7 miles per hour. The sun rises today at 5:57 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 1:02 p.m. The sun sets today at 8:05 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 8:36 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 9:13 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes 10 seconds shorter than yesterday. The moon is in its waning crescent phase and is 43% full at midday. The moon sets today at 2:40 p.m. and then it rises again at midnight. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the wee hours, high tide, 4:39 a.m., 1 meter 34. In the morning, low tide, 10:40 a.m., 15 centimeters. In the evening, high tide, 5:04 p.m., 1 meter 62. At night, low tide, 11:28 p.m., 12 centimeters. In our shared realm of plants and animals, isn't it sad we don't see much corn growing in neighborhood gardens, not even in community gardens? But the fact is, corn takes space, which is at a premium in the city. So unless one gives up the whole of one's backyard, a crop would consist of just enough ears to supply one evening's barbecue. Still, 5 or 6 plants of the ornamental varieties can make a nice addition to a backyard garden, and provide at least a handsome fall centerpiece with some ears to spare to give to friends. One plant that's underappreciated in our region is okra, which is fruiting prodigiously now. We suspect you have to go to Crown Heights or other neighborhoods to see it, but a few Astorians enjoy the bounty of okra this time of year. The tall plants make a bold vertical statement in any vegetable garden, and their flowers can be very pretty. Commemorations. On this day in 1890, the electric chair was first used in an execution. William Kemmler, who had killed his lover with an axe, was put to death at Auburn Prison in upstate New York. The novel method of execution was considered a more humane alternative to hanging, and it was conceived by a dentist from Buffalo. Since 2004, the death penalty is no longer part of our state law, but it could return. A happy anniversary. On this day in 1926, Gertrude Ederle became the first woman to swim across the English Channel. Ederle was born in New York to parents who had immigrated from Germany. She distinguished herself at the Paris Olympics of 1924, winning a gold and a bronze medal in swimming events. In 1925, Ederle swam the length of New York Bay, from the Battery to Sandy Hook, in 7 hours, 11 minutes. So this day in 1926, on her second try, she swam the English Channel. She departed Cagrinet in France at 7:08 a.m. and made the 35-mile crossing to Kingsdown, Kent, in 14 hours and 34 minutes. Not only was she the first woman to swim the channel, but she beat the previous record holder by a full 2 hours. She was honored with a ticker tape parade on her return to New York. 2 million people cheered her on. A shameful anniversary. On this day in 1988, the Tompkins Square Park police riot took place. The park had been a site of contention for some time, and the park had been largely dominated by homeless encampments and by drug dealing. Local punks, artists, and musicians also frequented the park. Tensions rose as the city tried to regain control of the space. But at 11:30 p.m. on this day, the police laid attack on the park, arresting and beating not only those who occupied the park, but also standers-by, pedestrians, and people in nearby stores. Many cops had covered their badges with tape, and it was documented on handheld video camcorders, a new technology. 100 police brutality suits were filed. 2 officers were punished. Ed Koch was mayor at the time. We bet you thought it was Giuliani. Today we remember Lucille Ball, born this day in 1911 in Jamestown, New York. Her madcap adventures with her husband, Ricky Ricardo, in I Love Lucy, made her a key figure in the early golden age of television comedy. She was also the first woman to run a major television studio, and Desilu Productions produced both Star Trek and Mission Impossible. We love the fact that Lucy and Ricky lived at 623 East 68th Street in Manhattan, an address that would put you smack dab in the center of the East River. Remember Lucille Ball today. We also remember Andy Warhol, born this day in 1928 in Pittsburgh. He started out as a commercial illustrator here in New York, but his shift to pop art in the early 60s made him a cultural icon. People were mystified by his paintings of soup cans, and his cool, detached public persona reflected a unique take on the media-driven culture we live in. One of our favorite pieces he made is the series of large-scale photographs he created for the One of our favorite pieces is the series of large-scale photographs he made of the 13 most wanted men for the New York State Pavilion at the 1964 World's Fair. It gave Governor Nelson Rockefeller the hives and was painted over almost immediately. Remember Andy Warhol, bad boy, today. And that is the Observatory, Thursday the 6th of August, 2026.